And then the last term that I would throw out on this is it's UX. Everybody talks about UX, and that's really the user experience. And this is a lot of folks in design. So you have design, development, testing, maintenance of information and products, and the user experience. When you pair that with inclusive design and accessibility, uh, the CEO of Microsoft he likes to talk about creating delightful user experiences. So if you're using one of their products, you should actually enjoy use. And the same holds true for creating products for people with disabilities. So that's kind of where the UX comes from.
Slide 21, trusted tester, slide view.
Let me see what.
Title placeholder rectangle trusted tester.
Hi, Alan.
Yes, sir.
Could you explain again diversification?
So it's really diversity.
Diversity, yeah.
So diversity, I would say historically diversity has come in the US from making sure that we address disparities in racial, in employment, housing, and education. But it's not limited to that. It's inclusion of people with disabilities, but it takes on a little wider scope than inclusive design. So you can make your product accessible, but if you don't reach out to people with disabilities and include them in the process, then it still might have problems. And you should make sure that you have the widest set of people involved in your design, development, sales, maintenance, use of your products and your customers as you can, and it'll work better for everyone.
So
Does that help?
it's kind of like a hands-on approach.
Yes, it
Okay.
is. Let's see what number slide.
Slide 23, what is trusted tester? 2, slide view. Slide 22, what is trusted tester? Text placeholder rectangle is a combination of accessibility.
So this is sort of a big jump. These sort of got put in here from a previous talk I gave, but I think they don't hurt. And I'm not sure how to measure this. Do we have any developers in the audience? Testers? And if you're on mute, feel free to unmute.
You mean software?
Either web or software, or frankly, or anything else.
Okay.
Hi, you all able to hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, so I'm Manalo James. I'm from North 11. I'm not doing development right now, but my training is in product design. Deque has health solutions, but not in web, in actual physical products.
Okay. Well, then I'll go through this part a little more quickly.
Slide 22, what is trusted tester?
So
And I know.
go ahead.
Do testing of. I like to test these up on websites for accessibility as well. Yeah, I am impaired.
Okay, so one of the challenges in accessibility, and for right now, we'll just limit it to the web, is that if you asked 3 accessibility testers who were experienced accessibility testers, you ask them the question, hey, does my website meet the accessibility standards? And you would probably get 3 different answers, guaranteed. And if you're the website developer, the guy building the website, then what do you do? You're like, well, who do I believe? Or do I just listen to all of them, do it all? And in some cases, they would even have difference of opinion of, no, that does meet or that doesn't meet. So, then you kind of come down to flip a coin. And if you're trying to make those decisions in a reasonable period of time, then it's a lot of time that you waste just figuring out what your testers told you. And in my previous life as a federal employee, we had 14 agencies who were dealing with that challenge, and we said, well, okay, that's enough of this. We've got to teach people how we want to do it, accessibility tests, so that we can get some consistency, so that if one tester tests a web page and it gives you accessibility feedback, and another tester, you should get similar answers. It's the same web page after all. And so we developed a test process which looks at the web page code, but it uses tools to make it easier, so you don't have to be a developer to do the testing. If you don't have those skills, then it's okay. You can get by without them. And we called it the Trusted Tester Program because basically that we don't have to go back and ask, how did they get their answers on this test report? And the Trusted Tester Program is composed of three things. It's a test process. Here's a document that says, here's how to test for the standards. And then there's training to teach people how to do because if you just hand people a document, experience has told us that doesn't work. And then there's a certification exam, which makes the person actually test web pages and provide answers, and it gives them a score. And we set the bar pretty high of 90% pass, because you want the testers to be giving you the accurate answers. And over time, we found that this has been very helpful. Let me go down the slide.
Text placeholder rectangle series of online trainings from the Department of
This is on slide 23. It's talking about where the training is. The training comes from the United States Department of Homeland Security, Office of Accessible Systems and Technology. And for anyone that wants to take it, it's free, and to anyone. Let's go to slide 24.
Text placeholder rectangle promotes common interpretation of revised.
We sort of hit on some of these, but it promotes a common interpretation of the standards, helps people make decisions about accessibility faster, helps you basically have apples to apples and oranges to oranges. If you're looking at, you want to buy two things, you want to know which one's more accessible. Well, if you test them with the same process, you can get your answer and you can results. Otherwise, who knows what you're going to get.
Slide 25. DQ. Text placeholder rectangle. DQ is actively developing ways.
So I want to move on to slide 5. So I work for Deque Systems, and the motto of Deque Systems is accessibility for good. And when I left the government, after working on the tester process and training, I started work with Deque Systems, and we are picking up the ball and trusted test and putting it into our products. And our products are designed to help people at all stages of design, development, test, maintain accessible digital information. And that's what I'm with Deque for. They want me to help with that.
Slide 26. Text placeholder rectangle. Deque this week has released a new beta of popular X route.
Slide 26. Last week, Deque released a new product for anybody that is into the development or testing process, which brings together sort of all pieces of Trusted Tester into one product. So you have some automated testing, you have manual guided testing, and you have some training content in there to help you guide through and you can helps a developer learn how to do accessibility faster with less stress. The previously mentioned Trusted Tester training, it's probably 2 or 3 weeks to take that training overall, and most developers kind of laugh at you and say, I don't want to do that, but they still need to do the work. And so the product that was released called AXE, is combines all those three things, and Deque is interested in people's feedback.
Slide 27. Questions. Slide view.
Um,
Document 1. Order row 1, column 2.
I had a couple other things that we didn't get into the slides.
Alan. Accessible. Out of link left. 55 years old. Programmer. Former